All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. A dump down to McKinnon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Throw left side complete. That's James. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And now it's Rosen looking. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. That is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to find Garcon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Garcon with his first grab, good enough for a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Black 80! 180! White!
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They begin the drive with Johnson. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Set! 319! 319!
Throws it here down around his own goal line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Olsen. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Rosen to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, Rosen. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Rosen. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. We got three, fellas. We got three.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's going to try to fight, but Hill cannot get away. And that is a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So out now come the Cardinals. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination, but they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. After the interception, here's Rosen. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw is Rosen. And that's caught. It's Hogan. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Dayon Buchanan coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking deep downfield. This is intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Eric Armstead in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On the toss, here's Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12. The Cardinals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12.
Set, 319, 319.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Like 80! 180! Check 50, check 50.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Garoppolo on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
12.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Over the middle to Garcon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Niner first down. Garoppolo to Garcon. Garoppolo now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they'll get this down to the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Here we go. Like 80. Let's go. Mike 50. Mike 50. Here we go. Go ahead.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Gold is able to put it through. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. It's caught by Moncrief. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
11.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Niners on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
13.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. Garoppolo looking very comfortable running this Niners offense. He's got a 1st and 10. On first down, Garoppolo. Open space inside the 10. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's McKinnon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Garoppolo. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 25 yards out. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they'll run it here. Room to run past midfield. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals draw a bit closer. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And that's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Johnson on the counter. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now it's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Black 80. 180. Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Black 80. 180.
To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Black 80. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Gets it to Gordon. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to get him. His 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 21.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Garoppolo to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that pushes the lead to 8 points. They doubled them up. It's 16-8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Moncrief. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Set. 319. 319.
They pitch it out to Johnson. Oh, good move. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Armstead in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
Wait, 20. Wait, 80. Wait.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Corey Peters in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Like 80. 180.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Set! 319! 319!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Rosen off the play action. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go to Johnson again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ortiz. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later, they're going to have to stop the clock.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a Bay Area native from up in Berkeley. This is Marshawn Lynch. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marshawn Lynch in the final minute. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the fourth. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. They've gone final now from Los Angeles. And that lead there for the Rams has extended. They just scored again. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10.
12.
Back to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. 23 yards on the play. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here we go. Like 80.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Here we go. 12, fellas. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He's back to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for San Francisco, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year.